third time this year that you're in Vienna. So what's so special about Vienna for you?
What isn't special about Vienna?
Still my favorite city in Europe.
Yeah. Really?
Yes, absolutely.
So have you do it any other cities so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the last, these 3 times we've come to visit, we haven't had any time to go through Vienna. Mm-hmm. It's always straight to the club, straight to backstage, get ready, leave the next morning. But we've been able to spend some time here, and we love it here. We love the fans here.
It's now his first album since 6 years or 7 years.
Yeah.
What has happened in the meantime? The best for you?
Life, really.
Yeah.
After the burning season, we wanted to take a little bit of time and live a little bit and rethink what we were doing. For us, the most important thing is that when we say something, that it be sincere, that we don't want to put an album out just because we think it's time to put an album out. We want to make sure that we have something to say artistically when we do it, and so we waited until the time was right, and this was the right time.
So the inspiration or the concept for your album is Japanese culture, Shinto. So why the Japanese culture?
I came across some Buto dance videos, and it absolutely floored me. So I showed them to William, and he was equally blown away. And it spoke to us in a way where we wanted to research more about it.
Now you're older, you're still unchanged, and dying through the years, just a ruined memory. The patience lighted character, such a tiny voice, now my thunder's menacing.
At the same time, it was a very organic process where at the same time that Monica found the Buto videos, we'd taken an interest in a lot of Japanese horror and J-horror, the entire genre, and been watching a lot of films, dating back to stuff like Kwaidan, and then moving forward from there all to versions of Japanese horror like Shudder and the like that we found really, really interesting. And also, as we were beginning to entertain the idea of doing a new album, I'd also acquired a bit of interest in taiko, and I thought that with where we were at, we had sort of a rather angry sentiment about the place that we're at in the world that we wanted to express. So taiko seemed to underscore this perfectly. It was a very martial, sort of warlike sort of drumming. So it was one of these things where, between Monica's research on Shinto and her introduction of Buto to the process, as well as the J-horror and the taiko, it all sort of coalesced in a very organic way and suggested the direction of the album all by itself.
Franz Macabre and Bruno Kram from Das Ich come about?
Oh, well, it was synergistic.
Bruno's family,
Yeah.
we go back a long way. I've known Bruno for about 18 years, and I met him first when I was over here with Mephisto Waltz back in 1992, and so we've been friends with Das Ich since all the way back then. And in 1994, when we did the Procession tour in the United States, we brought Das Ich over, and then they traded the favor with us, and we came back and supported them here for 30 dates back in 1994, and so we've been friends ever since. And it was a situation where prior to this we'd been working with different labels here in Europe, but when it came time to release this, it was just perfect timing. Bruno got in contact and said, hey, why don't we talk about releasing this together here, and it was just absolute perfect timing. It just worked out great. And so working with Bruno, it's family. It's very easy.
Yeah, we just stayed at his place last night, so yeah.
So what are your plans for the future?
Well, when we go home, we have a lot of work to do on our homestead. We have a permaculture homestead, and there's many things we need to work on. So we plan on doing that. We plan on writing some new music.
And then also, after a tour this long and this hard, we might take 10 minutes to breathe when we get back.